In Cleveland, Ohio, one pothead was smoking pot behind a I'm not against any food, but when you're doing sadhana, it's important you eat something that doesn't stick into you. It must go. When it's done its job, not a speck of it should remain within you, it must be out. Cleanliness is not just of the digestive tract, there are more complex spaces that need to be cleaned, all right? This is the simplest thing, alimentary canal. If that itself is not clean, how to clean your brain, son? Because people always think brainwashing is a negative terminology. But isn't it nice if you could take out your brains and wash it and put it back? You know, in the Apanavayu sadhana, there are many practices. There is a practice called Shatkarma Vidhi, that means 6 practices which will cleanse the system through and through. One of them, you heard of Jaladautis, Jalanetis and Vastradauti, Sutradauti, all kinds of things, Sutraneti, many aspects like this. So one aspect of the Vastradauti is drink a lot of water and swallow a tape, a cloth, which is about an inch and a half in width, a long one, about 6 feet. You swallow it up, it goes into the system and then you slowly pull it out because all the mucus, everything will come out. And people who do other kinds of dautis, there are yogis, particularly in northern part of Karnataka, where for a certain period of time, their only diet is very super hot green chili. They make a paste, this big ball, just eat that. Everything clears up. And everything just gets purged. Purge to such a point, then they do dauti standing in the river. They will suck the water from the anal outlet and let it out of the mouth, and it'll be just pure water, no mucus, no nothing. Like clean, like tap water, it'll come out. So there are various things that people do for cleanliness, you don't have to do all that. One simple, at least don't keep it in your mouth, the word, hello? Because you're doing sadhana, if you say shit, it may manifest there. Be careful. This is my blessing, what you want must manifest. So you must be very careful about what you want. Hello? Yes. So there are various types of dautis and netis to cleanse the system. Well, we are not asking you to do all that. One simplest way of keeping the body clean is, now instead of learning a kriya for apana, if you want to learn that, you must learn Shakti Chalana Kriya, which is addressing all the 5 vayus. Svana Kriya is about the apana vayu. Similarly, there's Kaka and Naga for the other 2, and there is Kapalabhati and Mahat Pranayam in the middle which is for Samat Prana, and the first 3 are all about Pranavayu. So you need to cultivate this in a balanced way. Any one too much will always cause imbalances. If little more Pranavayu or little more Samanavayu, no problem. But little more of any of these 3 which are subtler in nature, not as major forces as the other 2, but if they become more, it can cause a very skewed kind of thing. You may drop people because you're a bit of a freak. Hello? One way to draw people, you act a little freakish and people will gather around you. So that kind of attraction may happen, but you will become more and more socially incompetent if you raise these kind of things. It's important the 5 vayus are cultivated in a very balanced way. So how do you cleanse yourself? One simple thing is, at least twice a month, one day should go, 24-hour space must go without any ingestion of food, just water. This, everybody here, our brahmacharis and many others here are doing this on every Ekadashi day. That is the best day also to do that. And 24 hours, that is today evening you eat and only next day evening you eat. You only drink water. If you're feeling very tired or whatever initially, after some time it'll be okay. If you're doing enough sadhana, it'll not be a problem. Otherwise, if you're feeling tired, a little bit of one lemon you can squeeze into it, maybe a spoon of honey you can put into it, it'll keep you going. Twice a month doing this and doing the regular practices, whatever you're doing, will ensure body is clean, but the simplest way to arrive at cleanliness is to be in a blissful state. To be… Hello? I'm not asking you to do anything difficult, I'm asking you to do the easiest thing and the most wonderful thing to do. So now all the miserable people are escaping because of the mask. You don't know what expression they have. They couldn't make faces earlier in the ashram because we would catch them if a long miserable face is going. Now, COVID protocol, you can't go near them and they're covered. So, this is a simple way because there is today, we don't need any scientific today's lab science evidence, but today there is also lab science evidence that when you're joyful, when you're pleasant in experience, how bodily functions happen, in what way it functions, how chemically it becomes very clean. Because human experience is rooted in many ways in your chemistry. So if your chemistry is not clean, if it is getting contaminated by what you generate within you, then initially it's a question of unhappiness, later on it's a question of ill health, and all kinds of suffering is happening. So to keep the body happy, if you sit here, the body should be happy. Right now, is it cursing you? Sitting cross-legged, it may be cursing some of you. That's not because of the posture, that is because of what you made out of yourself. You need to understand this. Because it doesn't matter from which culture you come, when you were a 3-4-year-old child, very comfortably you sat like this, isn't it? Hello? Whatever your culture. It's only later you crippled yourself that you can't sit without furniture. Hello? I can't walk without a crutch. Crutch is a kind of furniture also, isn't it? I can't work without a crutch is crippling. I cannot sit without furniture, also crippling, isn't it so? Hello? So, if you have done this to yourself, then you will find the body is struggling. You must understand, pain, irritation, anger, agitation, whether it's in the body or mind, means it is generating chemistry that you don't want. So gradually over a period of time it accumulates and becomes a compulsive behavioral pattern, and then you say, this is how I am, this is my nature. My nature is to blow in everybody's face. This is not your nature, this is what you made out of yourself, simply because as a human being you have the privilege of coming unformed. If you had come fully formed, you would be like any other creature. Because you come unformed, you can make yourself whatever you want. That is the beauty of being human. So Apanavayū plays a significant role in making this happen for yourself. Cleanliness of what we hear, what we say, how we move around, what emotions we have, what thoughts we have. If you take care of this, how do I take care of this, Sadguru? Oh, in engineering, you know. You thought now, see, it is like this. You first went to school, you learn A, B, C, D, all right? Rudimentary stuff, you're a kindergarten teacher. But then you became whatever, you became BSc, MSc, a PhD you became. That will sound like a dead end, PhD. So you got there and then you look at your kindergarten teacher, that woman looks like no good, she knows nothing, you know, ABC. Suppose you forgot what she taught you and then you do… how do you say PhD then? So, at different stages of life, different things will come, but it's very, very important, fundamentals are not lost. Inner engineering, mother to the world, Hello? Forgot? No, Sadguru, I am Samyama. You forgot ABC, then no PhD, isn't it? It's the same thing. So, the 5 aspects of inner engineering, how to give yourself a crash course. If you need it once a day, give it once a day. If you need it twice, do it twice. If you need 24 times, do it 24 times. If you need it 24,000 times, do it 24. Because of whatever. Why do you think you fall off? Because the people around you are stupid or this or that? No. So you're falling off because you're imbalanced. If somebody touches you, you fall down. If somebody does oof, you'll fall down. If somebody sneezes, you'll fall down. That is because you're imbalanced. So, to bring balance to the system is why the practice, the sadhana, daily practice is to see that this is not wobbling. Above all, balance. This one thing comes, with simple practices, you can cleanse yourself. We will also go into the other 2 pranas, but I'm thinking we will do 2 pranas next full moon because they become even more subtle. This is Swana pranayama for apana, you know the Kaka pranayama and then the Naga pranayama. But these kriyas are very subtle, that is why those energies are also very subtle. That is why as the Shakti Chalana grows, it is… as the Shakti Chalana moves, after Mahat Pranayam we're tapering it down so that you don't do more than what is needed. Because doing more than what is needed or what you're ready for, above all, is a big problem. So, instead of doing a practice, we can see how to eat. It's already manifesting in bhiksha, but some of you are camping in Vellangiri, Vanavagam or pepper wine. So, there also we will bring. Oh, Sadguru. No. If southern Indian food, because of a certain complexity of spice that's available, spice does not mean just chili, there are various spices. These things, if they're consumed in balance and if you're drinking enough water, generally all the passages in the head region will be open. This is very important because one important aspect of Swana pranayama or Swana kriya is that it enhances… Swana means a dog. So, this doggy kriya enhances your sense of smell. You can't match a dog with his sense of smell, isn't it? It enhances your hearing, your vision, your sense of taste, general sensitivity of your senses will be heightened. For this, the passages in the head region must be open. If you have little mucus, can't smell a damn thing, isn't it? Hello? So, it is important that these things are done in balance, but the significance of apana is very, very important because though it is a lower moving force, it is downward moving force largely, predominantly, not that it doesn't come up, it is largely this way, but this is very, very important because everybody is thinking going up is more important. No, standing on the ground firmly is also equally important. So this creates that possibility, and if you can bring in 2 days a month that you go on water for 24 hours, and after that the necessary practices are there, but we don't want to focus on just apana practices because as I said repeatedly, it is not suitable for most people. It's best you do the Shakti Chalana Kriya in its full. On the Ekadashi day, if you're on water, you must do it 2 times at least in the day so that the cleansing process is greatly enhanced. So we will open for questions because I heard there are too many questions.
Namaskaram Sadguru. This is not related to full moon, but it is something that is disturbing me. So asking here, past few days there have been reports about temples being vandalized and Hindus being killed in Bangladesh. It is disturbing for me that such violence and prejudice is openly inflicted on a community that has been living there for thousands of years. So, according to you, what is the solution to bring peace and harmony back to Bangladesh? Pranam.
See, Bangladesh is only 40 years old, 40, 50, 72, 50 years old, I'm sorry. Is only 50 years old and it went through an upheaval, unimaginable levels of violence at that time, and then a new country was formed out of that. But these unfortunate events are not just happening now, has been happening off and on. There are various forces behind these kind of things. So one important thing that we need to understand is, it is happening. There's no denial that it's happening, it is definitely happening, but this is not all across Bangladesh. So don't say it is happening Bangladesh, learn the name of the place. See, suppose something like it is happening, similar things are happening in Kashmir. So now, if you're outside the country and you say, everywhere in India, people are being killed like this, if you say, that's not going to be fair to us, isn't it? Similarly, it's not fair to Bangladesh to say, it is happening all over Bangladesh or it's happening in Bangladesh. It is happening, it has definitely happened in a few places. Homes have been razed to ground, burned down, businesses have been burned down, temples vandalized. A few people have lost their life, unfortunately. But this is not the entire Bangladeshi population, this is a certain number, and now unfortunately, probably that is not a country which is in terms of police force is as organized as other nations. It took 3 days or 4 days for them to respond in any real way. And I believe from what I hear from the news channels and everywhere, it's been put down now. Can it flare up again somewhere? It can. Such things are happening everywhere, unfortunately, in different proportions, between different parties, it's happening. And above all, Bangladesh is a very friendly nation with India. So, as a nation, we can't be blackballing their entire country. We need to condemn the particular incident. You cannot say Bangladesh is doing this, no. Bangladesh is a certain number of people. Hardly probably 200, 500 people might have participated in this kind of violence. It's very important that they're pinpointed, not paint everybody in that direction, because you will grow animosity between nations by doing such things, which is not at all in anybody's interest, particularly not in India's interest, for sure. So having said that, how do you stop this? Well, you can send the police. If it doesn't control, you can send the army, you can shoot a few people, you can bring it under control. But this is not going to go like that. It can be stopped like that for that moment. But if you want this to go, there's only one story. Human beings are doing this to each other because we are identified with different things. And we have forgotten that we are human beings. We have become this religion, this country, this race, that race, all kinds of things. Everything except human. Everything except being alive. So, this shift of identity from being a narrow sense of identity to a larger or a global or a cosmic sense of identity is a must. See, even you forgot, I told you, be a mother to the world, but you forgot. How many times have you forgotten since then? Hello? Yes, when you forget, if he or she belongs to something else and they disagree with what you say, fight will happen. If you are verbally saying harsh things, if things go out of control, hands will rise. If hand is not enough, stick will rise. If stick is not enough, sword will rise. If that is not enough, guns will come, all right? You need to understand, violence is not on the street, violence is in the human mind. What is the source of this? If you look at it, the fundamental source of this is limited identifications that you have created. Because once you create an identity, the whole force of who we are, our intelligence, our emotion, our capability, our strength, everything serves that identity. Well, this may look like too far-fetched. Well, for thousands of years you've tried to settle your problems by beating them down or doing something else. Has it worked? Anytime it can explode all over the place, isn't it? If it has to genuinely work, large-scale raising of human consciousness need to happen. If you're not willing to invest in that, you will suffer this endlessly for always. Will all problems go away tomorrow morning? No. But tomorrow morning when you wake up, will you try to at least eliminate one problem, which is you? Yes. This may look like, oh, this is all philosophy. What do we do with those guys who killed these people? Okay, you go kill them. See, understand this. Right now, somebody there came and killed somebody in your family here. News cycle will run for 24 hours or 48 hours. If it is 5 people dead, 24 hours, 25 people, 48 hours, 100 people, 5 days, 1,000 people, a month. After that, news cycle will forget about it, yes? But the person who lost somebody dear to them, you think they will forget it in their lifetime? Hello? Not only they will not forget it in their lifetime, they will sow the seeds of anger and resentment and hatred in their children's hearts, isn't it? Hello? Yes or no? So, this machoism is not the answer. Are you really concerned? If you're really concerned, you must understand this is a lifelong mission. If you're just one day, it is making you feel guilty, let's go shout a slogan somewhere, otherwise tweet. Tweet something or go and kill somebody. If you're interested in solution, that's not it. Somebody killed somebody and you killed somebody, you're only magnifying the problem. You're not in any way mitigating the problem. So this is a very deep-rooted problem that we have divided the world in the form of nations, in the form of religions, in the form of race, caste, creed, how many ways? As a generation of people, all the young people who are here, as a generation of people, if you don't strive to eliminate that divisions, fight will happen at some point. Today or tomorrow, it will happen. Just because you wear a peace emblem around your neck, it's not going to stop. I'm saying this because in 60s, everybody wore a peace pendant. You can wear any damn thing. With that only they will kill you. Because if my identity and your identity is absolutely separate, me wanting to put you aside, if you don't go away, to put you down, is a natural consequence of strong sense of identity which is not inclusive. If we are not willing to invest our life to solve this problem, there is no solution. I beseech every young person in the world, I want you to understand the most important thing to be done right now is to raise human consciousness. Because what we are referring to as consciousness is not a limited identity, it is a limitless identity. If that doesn't happen, well, as we get more and more equipped, as we get more and more powerful, the numbers that will die will go on increasing. Yes. So when yours die, you feel hurt, when theirs die, they feel hurt, and they will carry that hurt and come kill you, you carry your hurt and kill them. There is no end to this. You need to understand, any problem of this magnitude cannot be solved overnight. If we start working for it, maybe a generation, 2 generations, 3 generations, we can bring it to that place. So one important service I'm doing in this direction is, I'm knocking the heaven down. No place to go. If you want to live well, all of us, let's live well here. That's all there is.
Namaskaram, Sadguru. My name is Anusha. I'm a Hatha Yoga teacher's trainee. I have a question for you. So…
Waiting, ma'am.
So every time I see you, everything in me rejoices. And when I see you live, it's very painful.
Oh, seeing me live is painful for you?
Leave. Sorry.
Okay, I thought
So…
but I'll not disappoint you, I'll die one day, but some more time, please.
No, Sadhguru, leave the stage.
Oh.
Sorry. So…
I leave the stage because I don't live here, that's all. Some people think I live on YouTube, some people think I live on stage, some people think I live in the camera. What do? I don't live in any of these places. tell me.
So my question is, Sadhguru, how can I eliminate the distance between you and me?
Maybe on stage? No. Well, you're training to be a yoga teacher. You must make up your mind, you want to be a yoga teacher or you want to be a yogi. Yoga teacher means nothing wrong, like any other job. Every job in the world is useful. Somebody is an auto rickshaw driver, is it not useful? Hello? Somebody is cooking in the kitchen, useful or no? Somebody is making a burger. No, not useful. Simplest things that human beings are doing is useful. Similarly, being a yoga teacher is very useful, because any number of people will find health, well-being. Even the well-being that you do not know, they may achieve because of what you taught them. Yes, it is true. So, it is fine. But if you want to eliminate the distance, then you must become a yogi. Because yoga means union, yogi means one who knows the union. One who is suffering the pangs of separation, it's a good beginning, because if you do not understand the pain of separation, how will you seek union, isn't it? So because we are so identified with our physical forms generally, our idea of union is always physically being together. Here, you must sit here, I must sit here all the time. Even if both of us, now I can sit here, a marathon we can do. If I will sit here through the night, but you will you will leave either for the bathroom or… all right? One of those things you will do. So better I leave. In time, before it's too late, I leave, so that you can feel the pangs of pain, of separation. Because if you understand and suffer the pangs of pain, you will seek union. When you know there is no way that you can be here, sitting here all the time and me sitting here all the time, nor you coming and sitting here on stage is not a possibility, then you look for other ways. When you look for other ways, yoga will work.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. My name is Vivek, I'm from Sadhanapada. I find myself comparing with others when I hear or see their experience about sadhana or seva, and it really affects me. So what can I do about it?
You shouldn't listen to them anymore. Because somebody shares something. First of all, we've kind of put a ban on not sharing any experience of practices. Oh, I sat here and this happened to me, this happened to me. This is a non-Isha practice. Here, if you say, I saw God, people will laugh at you. People will not fall at your feet in this place. So, whoever is sharing, first thing, don't listen to them. And whoever is sharing, please stop the nonsense. About seva, if you have some experience with people, if it is a positive, pleasant experience, see, this is one thing you must learn. Because many of you are in this state, your social media I'm looking at, and every rubbish that happens to you, you have to share with people. This much discipline you maintain. If anything beautiful happens to you, share. If any nonsense happens to you, you suffer, huh? Hello? Hello, can you maintain this much? You're calling yourself sadhanapada, hatha yoga, whatever. This much you do. If something wonderful happening, give it to people around you. If something bad happening, let it go down and then you can… Apanavayu. The chant that I did in the beginning is Mahamadhyeshwar, Lingeshwara and Moolanayaka. And from there we jump to Sri Shambhava. Because if all the excretory processes and reproductive process is clean, without any blemish, then Shambhava will open up, your perception will open up. This cleanliness is needed. Without this cleanliness, if you… It's not like that, knock, knock, it'll open up, no. If everything is clean, body is clean, energies are clean, thought and emotion is clean, then you see the flower of perception will open up. So if you are comparing to them and think, why am I not having this? Then there's a problem I don't want to say, because then I have to put you with certain people where their experience is always bad. Then you can think, why is it not happening to me? So when you are in this state of mind, you can't help aspiring what others have. When you're in that state of mind, you must little keep distance from the people, because this is how ill will grow. If every day she is having fantastic experience, initially you'll say, why am I not having it? Then one day It took me, in my life, it took me a long time for me to understand how powerful is the emotion of jealousy. Because I never suffered or enjoyed this emotion, ever. If somebody is doing well, I felt happy. I never felt, oh, why are they having it? So it took me some time to learn that, how many negative things people have done to me right through my life, simply because you're doing better than them. First of all, I don't think anybody is doing better than me, nor do I think anybody is doing worse than me. I just see people as they are. If they're suffering, you reach out. If they're happy with whatever nonsense they're doing, what's my problem? But do not underestimate the power of jealousy and envy. How many horrible things people who are completely unrelated to you will do is unbelievable in the world. So at least here, you're on sadhana pada. Sadhana pada does not mean bending, twisting, holding your breath and doing this rubbish with yourself. No. Sadhana pada means you're trying to make your body, your mind, your emotion, your energy into powerful tools which will transport you somewhere. This is not about learning this practice or that practice. It is about transforming this physical body, this mental structure, the emotional ocean of emotion that you have and your energy system into powerful tools which will transport you to places. Only if you have a vehicle, you go somewhere quick, isn't it? If you have a good vehicle, you go there quick. If you have a breakdown vehicle, all the time it's on a flat tire, then you don't go very far. In this journey, if you keep on looking at somebody, then you will make a mess out of it. Just today, today you're going to renounce all your friends, yourself. Hello? Everybody, okay? Just leave them alone. Even on the phone friends, just renounce them for 6 months. Oh, what will happen if I don't call them, if I don't message, they'll go away. If they're so fragile, let them go, huh? Hello? What will you do with those kind of people? That if you don't send a message, they're gone. Let them go, isn't it nice that they're gone? So sadhana means to make this so wholesome that if you sit here, you're blissful by your own nature, not because somebody said nice things to you, not because you got something or you did not get something. Now when I say got something, you did not get something, you got a gift or you got money, you did not get COVID, you know. Negative is positive right now, you better know that. Negative is positive. So, because of this, that, no, if you simply sit here, this is blissful by its own nature. A flower is fragrant by its own nature. A mango is sweet by its own nature, not because of something. You become like this. This is blissful by its own nature. Right now, you're associating yourself with negativity as your quality. You're thinking, oh, is it not natural to feel jealous? Okay, it's your soup, enjoy it. As a little child, it was very natural to be joyful. When did it become natural to be resentful, natural to be jealous, natural to be miserable, natural to be hateful? When did it become? As I said, if your identity is limited, it is natural to be hateful and it is natural to be fearful. If you take the boundaries of your identity away, activity is always within the boundaries. Hello? Our activity is always within the boundaries. At least our identity, let it be limitless. Activity will never become limitless no matter what we do. So all your friends you must renounce for another 3 to 4 months. Please do that, because then you will suffer your friends. Somebody was asking me in one of the Ivy League universities in United States, see, if my friend, we are all studying together, working hard to get grades and things, if my friend doesn't get good grades, I feel very unhappy. But if he gets better grades than me, I feel even more unhappy. What am I supposed to do? Look at this fate. If it works this way, you're unhappy, if it works that way, because this is how most people are. Successful people are very unhappy. Those who have failed are unhappy, they think they have a good reason. Those who are healthy are going through more misery than those who are unhealthy, isn't it? Once you're unhealthy, it becomes a serious concern. Well, it will not allow you to do anything else. So you're unhappy, you have a good reason. You should not be, but I'm saying at least you have a good excuse. Now you're healthy. What are you unhappy about? Because somebody is more healthy than you? What is this? So, all this is rooted in your identity. If you're too self-centric, this is how you will live all your life. No matter, even if I put you on the top of the world, what can I do? The damn world spins. Somebody from Australia says, this is the top of the world. Then on North Pole you will freeze. Please.
Namaskaram, Sadguru.
Where are you, ma'am?
Here, Sadguru. Namaskaram. My name is Zainab. I am a Sadhanapada participant. We heard from you about Nayanmars many times. Their stories, their devotion. Even in the Dhyanalinga temple we see the panels. So, my question is it possible for someone like me to live in that level of devotion, especially in today's world? Thank you, Sadhguru.
Zainab, what's wrong with today's world? What's wrong with today's world? I want to know this. Everybody is talking like this, but in today's day and age, the only thing that's wrong in today's world is you. What else is wrong? Sun is still coming up on time and going down on time. Hello? What is wrong in today's world except you? So the only thing that you need to fix is this. So don't take the whole burden of fixing the world before you experience anything, because to experience the beauty of life, You don't have to fix the world, you just have to fix yourself. It is just that after you fixed yourself, when you're feeling so wonderful, when you see miserable people, not you, okay, miserable people, you naturally want to reach out because you got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. If they become joyful, it's wonderful for them. If they don't, it's unfortunate. But you got nothing to lose. I told you long time ago, maybe you've forgotten this. If it happens, it's good. If it doesn't happen, it's very good. Not that we are saying if it doesn't happen, it's good or very good. We're just saying if you are doing something that matters to you and it did not happen this time, you had to do it again. Isn't it a double privilege that you have to do it again? Hello? Hello? Only if you're suffering your life, oh, one more time I have to do. The same idiotic things, fundamentals. For 40 years I'm talking, very rarely I get to do anything beyond that. Very few people who'll allow me to do something beyond that. Otherwise, the same rubbish, the most basic stuff, in the introduction 1-2 hours only I can finish the damn thing. But I talk for 7 days in inner engineering, talk the same thing in BSP, talk the same thing in Samyama, and then satsang after satsang, then love affair and then flirtation. I want you to understand, I came the other way around. I did not first flirt and then I may fall in love. I'm deeply in love, I'm doing flirtations because that's the only thing most people understand. So, there is nothing wrong with the world, Zainab. The only thing is, devotion means you must dissolve into your object of devotion. That's not going to happen because you desire that. That's going to happen when you value the object of your devotion that much. If you see that as everything, then you will dissolve. If you don't see it that way and then you say, okay, I will fall in love, there's no such thing. You cannot fall in love. It has to happen. Falling is always a happening, not a doing, isn't it? Hello? It's a consequence. Falling is a consequence. Falling is not an action by itself. So, you cannot fall in love, you cannot become a devotee. If you value something so much, you will become a devotee. You don't have to do the same things the ancient devotees did, that was their form of expression. You don't have to do the same thing, you can do whatever, but if the object to which you're devoted to, if you value it so highly, it will naturally happen, you don't have to do it. If you value something very, very much, you can't take your eyes off it, isn't it so? Hello? Isn't it natural? That's all it is. So, they valued it that much. Maybe when you say today's world, but Sadguru, there are so many distractions, how do I stay with one thing? Distractions were there always. Today maybe your phone is buzzing. Those days mosquitoes and bees and other things were buzzing, but they managed. So you can also manage. At least they could not switch off the mosquitoes, you can switch off your phone. Anybody, take the microphone, please.
Namaskaram, Sadguru. Thank you for the opportunity of this Q&A.
Hey, take a good picture of him, he's Superman, huh?
This is about realizing being human is super. Sadhguru, I'm a Isha Hatha Yoga teacher trainee. My name is Karthik. This is the 10th year of Hatha Yoga school. Over 1,000 teachers are already functioning in the world, and now 230 of us are going through the training. Can you please talk about Mahayoga Yagna as a grand offering to the world and how we can participate and be a part of that? Thank you.
Uh, Everything that we are doing in a way is Mahayoga Yagna, but in a more focused way, we started this in 2017, but last 2 years, nearly 2 years have been a little bit of a dampening, but at the same time we've reached millions of people across the world even during the COVID. It's just that most of the teaching has shifted online, but Hatha Yoga cannot be really taught online. It will not be fair to the people and it could also cause… it is not very safe to do that. So, hopefully now it is relaxing and we're just starting our Hatha Yoga programs with 50% strength in most cities. Hopefully, by the end of the year, it should be reasonably normal, maybe with a RT-PCR test or something like that, or a vaccination card or something. Whatever is the standard in the world, we can use that, and Hatha Yoga will become super important if our center in the Harvard Medical School is also working towards this, to manifest how these practices can enhance your immunity. There are already many studies, but most are sociological studies. We are doing very blood marker kind of study. So when these things are established, ultimately, if year on year this kind of virus or something is coming, then there will be a massive demand for yoga, okay? So when there is a massive demand, I want Hatha Yoga teachers to think through this. It's your choice because we asked you to come for a training, teacher training, you come. What kind of a teacher you should be, I'm not going to tell you. But if you're really interested in Mahayoga Yagna, you must not see it as a profession, you must see it as an offering. Well, people will take care of you. Yes, am I well taken care of? Yes, people will take care of you if you make it an offering. Well, in initial phases, all kinds of things will be there. You don't know what all we've been through in this 40 years of thing, you know, all kinds of things. What level of comfort from the way I have lived as a child and the way I have lived since I started teaching yoga is like a deep fall into poverty. Yes, it is. Because your family brought you up in a certain level of comfort, but then you choose to do something like this, it is a lot. But because we did everything joyfully, we never thought it's suffering, we looked at it like an adventure that we are doing. And it never mattered whether you eat, you sleep, where you sleep, how you eat, what you eat, didn't matter at all. Never once did me and few people around me ever think, oh, why is the food like this, why are we not getting this, why are we in just two T-shirts for last 2 years? Yes, we've lived all that. Because the offering was so big and people took time to see it. Once they saw it, see, they were taking care of us very well. So they will take care of you. So if you want Mahayoga Yagna, not just a yoga studio, but you want Mahayoga Yagna, there is a certain process and you don't have to go through everything that I went through, because today there is a massive organization behind you, worldwide, just about anywhere. We have people supporting us, so we can organize that. But it all depends how much Isha Foundation will get involved in your activity will simply depend upon how much of an offering are you or how much of a professional are you. I'm not against professional teachers because Hatha Yoga is okay that way, but Isha Foundation will not get very involved with that. But if it's an offering, Isha Foundation will get totally involved with that. And do not underestimate the power of the people who support us, there are millions of them all over the place. Oh, the sparrows are flying around, maybe it's about sunrise time.
Namaskaram, Sadguru. My name is Georgia and I'm from Italy. And if I'm here today, it's because someone connected me with you.
Shankaran Pillai was in the university. So he went to a pretty girl and said, "I love you and I love you and I love you." She stepped back and then she said, "Will you marry me?" "Ah, come on, don't change the subject now." So, those who are on sadhana pada, stay on sadhana pada, okay? Well, don't try to transform the ashram to your needs as sadhana pada, okay? Hatha yoga people, if you don't learn to bend, you will break. This is the nature of life. So, it's important that you understand hatha is not just about bending and twisting your body, but about becoming blemishless. The idea of putting the body through this kneading is so that when the time comes, it'll fluff effortlessly. It'll flower effortlessly because enough work has been done. We were talking about apanavayu, cleansing of the body. Not probably, the greatest tool ever devised to really make the body absolutely clean, inside out, is the system of Hatha Yoga. It's a harder way, but if one gives themselves to it, you will see after some time it'll leave you in a certain way. Because I'm speaking this not from any scriptural or scholarly knowledge, I'm speaking this from my living experience. Just those few years where my Hatha Yoga happened no matter what, Anga Mardana happened no matter what, doesn't matter what kind of activity I was in, where I was, it would happen. Well, today, at 64, I'm far more resilient than a whole lot of young men out here. Physically, I'm saying, leave the other aspects. Now, this is not to boast about myself, I'm telling you, you need to invest time. Not in a hurry to bring something out. What is your experience? What is my experience? Why is this happening? Why… Not this. Just to simply invest yourself into sadhana, because if you have understood, or at least if you trust this will work, you should not think about anything, just do it and do it, okay? Will it yield result? Well, I may be anything, but I'm not someone who will invest my life in doing something that doesn't work. You can see that much with me. Because this works like nothing else. That's why we are investing our lives and everybody's lives into this, because this will work beyond what you understand life as. This will work beyond what today medical science knows as health. This will work beyond whatever psychologists and psychiatrists know as mental health. Beyond all that, it will function. It is just that today we have reduced ourselves into data scientists, they're called. Only gathering bits and pieces from everywhere. Bits and pieces do not make the whole, okay? If I take two kidneys, one liver, one heart, one half brain and put it together, will it become you? You're not even getting the insult. It will not become, because life is a certain sense of wholeness, certain integrity to it, intrinsic integrity to life. If you do not strengthen that, that's what yoga is about. You strengthen that, then you don't have to worry about life. whichever way life comes, you will hit it well. Whichever form it comes, we'll hit it well. We are sure of that. But if you are not prepared, you're always thinking a sweet ball will come your way. No, if a hard ball comes your way, what will you do? Let the hardest ball come, so what, we'll hit it well. That's all there is to life, isn't it? For this, at this stage in your life, you must invest. You must invest focus, intensity and attention. If you do that, there will be no regret with life. Namaskar, please.
एक नजर देखा तुझे, जान लिया मैंने मुझे। एक नजर देखा तुझे, जान लिया मैंने मुझे। तेरी एक झलक में जान लिया मैंने मुझे। देरा रेरा तेरा मेरा ये कैसा नाता समझ में ना रहा। आस ना लगे तेरी आस मेरा तकता रहा। तेरा मेरा ये कैसा नाता समझ में ना रहा। आँख ना लगे तेरी आस मेरा तकता रहा। थाम ली तूने रूह जो मेरी, एक नजर देखा तुझे, जान लिया मैंने मुझे। एक नजर देखा तुझे, जान लिया मैंने मुझे। तेरी एक झलक में जान लिया